Welcome back to Cana, and now that we've officially done everything that we do, let's finally fight the final mini-boss before getting the next relic. The Sprout Captain. There he is. Oh fuck. Yeah, this is actually this one is a bit tougher than the previous ones because he has a double sword, and he also uses those swords to parry attacks as well. So, all right. There we go. Yeah, as you can see, that attack that that's the main reason why I immediately recommend unlocking that attack first thing you can on the skill tree, because that attack is very useful, as you can see.
Yeah.
There we go.
I wonder if it works on percent damage, because there it looked like the damage was scaled down a bit.
Probably. And there we are. Alright, let's see what exactly the Sprout Captain was guarding. Alright, let's take care of that. Ooh. A box. Okay.
What's in the box?
Well, I guess we just... Oh, look at these little... Huh.
Mystical.
I really like the... Okay.
Asking it to protect the ones we love. Taro left this for the children. He must have been so scared when he lost them. Many of the offerings here were placed by the first village leaders. Skilled hunters who use
So the kids died before Taro.
Now, which already kind of foreshadows a very sad story that we were about to uncover, clearly, because, yeah, can you imagine what it's like for him to...
after he swore to protect them.
Probably, yeah. Alright.
It's a common type of thing, so it actually reminds me of something else, but beforehand, let me just quickly mention what I did check beforehand the trophy list. It is interesting, because aside from being well varied, I was kind of suspecting these will get, the normal deluxe kind of treatment, because a lot of indie games, sadly, do not get that many achievements trophy, as in they do not even get a platinum, but we only get a small list. But this one actually gets the full package, and they seem to be varied. Acquire the ability because they are tied to the story, complete all these.
Oh, I need to explain this new enemy. This enemy is a mage, yay! And yes, as you can probably guess, yes, he does a lot of spells. There you go.
Wizards.
But of course, he's a lot more fragile than the captain.
Hey, are you distancing my class, bro?
You haven't watched much of my Dark Souls playthrough, haven't you?
No, I
Yeah, Tio kind of takes the piss there, to say the least.
Besides, Pedro, I'm an alchemist. The magic is for pussies.
Sure.
Oh, you prefer explosions.
Okay, Edward Elric.
Yes. But, hold on.
Now go fight Dante.
Alright, so Ruso will open up the Lantern Cave for us, where the final relic is.
Thank you.
I love his kamoosh disappearing animation.
Work here is done.
Yeah.
Well, you did something, though.
Oh, now I don't know what to do.
Well, that's the thing, Shira. He's dead, so it's not like he can do much. So.
Well, some of it that, particularly the vengeful spirits do actually, have to interact with us because we're deadly. So,
all right.
Maybe he could be doing more.
What's his excuse?
I guess, maybe. Oh, rocks. Let's see.
He has to watch the football game.
Oh, crap. Basically, these three rocks.
Oh, dear.
Basically, one of these three rocks is a new rot. However, if you pull up the wrong one, you have to fight some creatures. Let's see if it's the. Let's see if it's.
Of course.
It would be called Spirit Bowl.
And here's another rot. There we go.
Which mean Genki Dama.
I don't care either.
Yes.
Whatever.
Special Doom Cannon.
All right then.
What about? I wonder, would the spirits roll into something like the Katamari ball?
Ooh, surprisingly not.
Katamari Damacy. I only just heard of that game like a few years ago.
It's one of the weirdest IPs made by Namco.
Hold on, I have to interrupt you guys
Right.
because there you go. New memory,
Uh-huh.
new memory. But first, for the sake of making things better, we probably should still unlock this first. There we go. Now let's go. You know, you'll see why in a moment. So here's the fourth and final memory of Taro's.
Clock symbol is marked on this old camping gear.
Having played this game, you
Follow the
probably already
golden
knew where it was
sticks.
going.
All right, let's see. Oh,
A ghost
Bye,
killed him?
bye.
well, that's probably not a good thing, but I guess we'll find out more later.
Don't you hate it when you find a nice camping spot and then you just heckin' die?
I know, right?
And that's why I don't camp.
Well, I guess we'll find out exactly what hit him there later. For now, let's just see. Nope, looks like there's not that much from each one unlocks right now, so let's continue.
Maybe. Oh, sorry.
No, go on.
Maybe Jova was onto something and there's actually time travel shenanigans involved, and Kina's arrow is actually what hit him from earlier.
Oh my
Oh.
god, maybe.
You killed
maybe
Taro.
I can finally come to terms with the depth of my.
So there you go. Like I
And
said,
then he got shot in the heart with the arrow.
Sorry, I was practicing.
and there we are. I've got myself the forest here. All right, let's put it in the little flower tree thing. There we are. Come on, guys. Yeah, thank you.
Come on, swarm it like the piranhas that you are.
Yeah.
Good piranhas.
All right, and now that we've gotten our source of foresters, now let's start cleaning up some corruption.
This is still much less fucked up than the dream drop distance stuff, isn't it?
Yes. Yes, it is.
Did you know the reason why Nomura added those the
No.
3 meters? It's because he was playing Nintendogs and was wondering why can't these fight?
What?
Really?
He wanted dog fights?
Yeah.
That would explain why you're forced to do Pet Simulator to get abilities.
It's video game. They're
Yeah.
well, sure, they're video game dogs. You know, like. There you go. Now Kina's officially one with the spirits. It's kind of, notice how the way she her pose when meditating is very similar to Aang's in Avatar.
Avatar.
Yeah. So there's probably also some slight influence in that from that as well.
Like maybe even some from Legend of Korra.
Okay, to be fair, it
Literally
might
being
be
a book about spirits.
it might be reference to asceticism, traditional that kind of Eastern culture that we just don't know anything about.
And there we are.
Uh-oh.
All right. There we are. And fight. There we go. Oh, more.
No rest for the wicked.
Nope. The sad part is that since as far as we know, there aren't that many spirit guides, so it seems like the life of a spirit guide is indeed a lonely one. And fortunately, this tier falls straight in the correct place. Thank you, game.
Again, ironic.
Spirit guide.
Again, ironically, with how friendly the spirits that are helping her seems to be, not to mention the rot wisps, it feels like she's almost never truly alone, though, despite being, well, a spirit guide.
I would agree with you, Jova, and yet Toshi was not exactly friendly to us at the beginning of the game.
No.
Well, okay, not all spirits, obviously. Like, again, there's gonna be some that are
Dicks.
more resistant to going.
Mm-hmm.
That said, though, it does feel like the job doesn't necessarily isolate her, though.
Mm-hmm. Well, like I said, at the end of this part, the game will elaborate on that, and that's where my argument will come from. You'll see. For now, let's just clear it away. And there we go.
Back you go into your cave.
Well, technically, there you go. Technically, this cave doesn't seem to belong to anybody. But yeah. Basically, these little shrine things that we can find sometimes, have a lot of jewels in them. So, more monies to buy more hats for the rot.
Yes.
All right. In the meantime, let's actually. I'm just gonna double check real quick to make sure I didn't miss anything. That seems like no. Okay, let's get into the actual lantern cave itself. There we are. This is where we'll find the final relic. So we can finally summon Taro's spirit to us. Lots of lanterns. I can see why the cave is named like this. Alright. Let's see. Going down?
I guess so.
Alright.
Lower levels.
Should be smooth sailing from here, right?
Absolutely.
Sure.
That's a nice cozy cave.
Uh-oh, a large room.
Then we found Aunt Josephine.
Why do I hear boss?
Oh my, you're a big one, aren't you?
Oh. Ladies and gentlemen, we got medieval in rock form.
There you go. Notice what I just did. I just shot down one of its Yellowstones, which of course makes one of the yellow orbs fall. So yeah, it's a good idea to aim for those.
Weak point.
Yeah, attack its weak point for maximum.
Massive damage.
Exactly.
What's the main character's name in it?
This is
What's
Knack
his
after
name?
being left in the dungeon for so long.
Yes. Reduced now to an indie game.
Well, okay, the Shrine Guard.
An indie game that still looks better than his own AAA plus release.
This particular type of enemy is a guardian, and one difference guardians have over the other enemies that they have one of those corruption flowers on their back, meaning when they open, you can use your spirit energy to blow it up, so you can once again deal massive damage. So. Okay, so there's only one more yellow rock, but it's on the hand, so it's kind of hard to hit. Yeah, exactly.
Also,
yes, Joe.
it's kind of another similarity to Shadow of the Colossus in that regard. Larger
Not
than
tall
the
enough.
opponent.
There we are.
Well, it's tall enough to be about as tall as Zenobia was.
And the final relic is a lantern. Good one, Jova.
Aha! No, Dad, it's yellow.
Not familiar with that corpse.
It's an Astro Corpse. How are you not?
So there you go. So that okay, hold on. Yeah, actually, we'll say it now. I think. Yeah. Now our next objective is to free Taro. So basically, the knife represents bravery. There we go. Lantern. Yeah. So basically, well, the love thing was actually not the lantern. That was the box. But there's still a lantern. So half points, Jova. Half points. All right. So now that we've got all the relics, we need to get back. And there's an exit through over there. Let's just. And yeah, surprisingly, even though there's some lanterns that look differently, surprisingly, shooting them doesn't do anything. So, all right, let's carry on. Should be smooth sailing from here.
Absolutely.
Famous last words again.
Yes. Well, if look. If I keep saying it, eventually they will be true.
And then Kenna died of over-optimism.
Oh, looks like nighttime fell while we were in there. Oh well.
And it started to rain.
Oh,
Goody.
We're in that cave.
Oh, hey Taro.
Oh, hello there.
Okay. I guess that's my hint. Let's carry this. Come on, guys. Alright, so the idea now is that we need to solve yet another one of those timing puzzles. First, we need to put this lantern right next to the other one so we can light the place. Right here. There you go, and that will reveal that rock. So, yeah, like I said, we've done two very small scale puzzles of that sort, but now we're going to have a big one. We're going to have to go through the entire forest and link all of these rocks before the timer runs out. There we go.
Fun.
So not aim well and be quick about it because the timer fuck, that fucking tree is in the way. I was trying to see if I could outsmart the game and shoot between both trees, but I wasn't able to.
It never works.
That would have been
That's
so
what you get
cool.
for trying to cheat.
Alright. Next one.
Some may call it cheating, others may refer to it as thinking outside the box.
Once again, don't worry if you fail, you can just retry again how many times you want, so it's not that big a deal. You can just keep practicing until you get good at this. And there we go. And the final one right there. Which opens up the flower, and there we are.
And look, that takes away the rain.
Rain.
See-
No. I'm gonna stop myself.
You see, Britain, all you have to do is free your spirits and then it will stop raining constantly over there.
Totally.
All right, let's take notes.
Shira, take notes, I guess. If it's raining in the UK, it's because there's some spirit that can cross over, and he's angry. So.
But I'm not keen on the sun, so it's like I'm not gonna do anything with these notes.
A pine. It's a pine
Dang.
cone.
Sure, you're not a vampire, okay? You gotta help the people.
How do you know that, Jova?
Yeah, how do you know that?
Exactly!
Because she actually has gone out in the sun. I've seen pictures.
Well, maybe it works like
They were all indoors, though!
Well, still, though, they were during the day, as there was sunlight coming in from them. Unless you somehow scurried underground, turned into a bat or a rat, and then came in that way.
maybe
That's
it's
exactly what I did.
maybe Shira is one of those I Am Weasel style modern vampires. Because when there's an episode of I Am Weasel that has vampires in it. And they go, oh my god, vampires have come to suck our blood, and then Weasel's like, nonsense. That's just an old wives' tale. And then he goes into a vending machine that has canned blood. I drink low fat canned blood. See, that's the kind of vampire Shira is. She's a modern vampire that doesn't abide by stereotypes. So
like Alucard?
Sure, if it helps you.
I was gonna say
Specifically the-
Mercury Steam.
Specifically the Alucard from Helsing, of course.
That's a thing, Jova. The Alucard from Helsinki is overpowered by nature, but by default.
Hey, sun doesn't hurt him. He's awesome about it. It does hurt Serena, though.
So there we are. Got all the free relics. Time to summon ourselves a spirit.
Ooh, is it gonna be an ace level 1?
Help Taro now, but it's not safe for you here. Go with Mr. Ruso. I'll find you when Taro is free.
Be careful.
Basically just your way to not be around when the inevitable boss level has to happen.
Basically, yeah. Alright, let's do it.
I know you haven't seen your brother in a while, but I am gonna have to beat the shit out of him.
Pretty much. Have to save him from himself and all that jazz.
Yeah, you ever played Sonic Adventure? That's basically what it's like.
Uh-oh.
I wonder if someone, since the game is on the Epic Games Store, I wonder if someone has modded the masks to look like the ones from Jackie Chan Adventures Season 4.
Possible.
Oh yeah, I remember that show.
Well, these particular cutscenes are pre-rendered, so it's not as simple as replacing a model.
Oh, not for the cutscene, I'm talking about from the gameplay.
Sure.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen a mod that's ever managed to affect the, the tailored in cutscenes.
Depends on how the cutscenes are constructed, but oh, there,
Yeah,
he,
like
there,
if
there, there he is. Oh,
Well,
Maybe we should go help him?
No. It has to be this way.
well, that's not good for us, is it?
Now we have to fight him.
All right,
It
so
looked like he was doing so fine until they swarmed him like that.
so yeah, corrupt Taro. As you can
Of course
probably
he becomes a fox.
guess, his weak spot is the lantern. So if you can, try to shoot it with an arrow. There we are.
Okay, Taro, I just need you to know that this is all part of the healing process.
There you go. He also has bits of corruption in there that you can use your pulse to hit, which will also take some life. So make good use of that. There you go.
Probably want to roll out of the way when he's about to lunge his sword
again,
down
it
like
incorporates all of the relics that you found: the lantern, the knife, and
The box.
Actually, no.
The box
to be fair,
technically.
no, the
There you go.
the fish basket, not really, but
that. I think the fish basket is on his back, but it makes sense though since we did use the items to summon him, so it makes sense that they would be
Second
attached to
phase.
the spirit.
Alright, in the second phase of the fight, Corrupt Taro will most of the time run around in a circle. I think he's about to do it in a moment, actually. Let me see. Oh, there you go. Hold on.
oh, so after destroyed the
There
knife,
you go.
it just relies on
There you go. Basically,
fisticuffs.
there you go. Basically, he will start running, and a good way to stop him once again, because every time you hit the lantern with an arrow, he gets stunned. Right there. See? Now he's gonna try and lunge at you. However, if you're good, if you can get in a good shot and shoot the lantern before he gets to you, you'll stun him, and you'll be able to get in a lot of damage. Oh, there we go. Again, make good use of the healing flowers if you're low on health.
Yeah, I was about to say, how do you regenerate health?
I explained that before. Oh, okay. Oh. There we go. Yeah. All right. There you go, Dej. See?
Okay.
All right. Almost. There we are.
Nice shot.
Nice shot. That's a wonderful.
The only nice shot I know is from Everybody's Golf.
Well, I was referencing Mario Golf 64, but yeah, that
I mean,
works too.
they're the same game.
Well, I mean, the first game was developed by Camelot, would go on
Yeah.
to make the Mario
Yeah.
Golf games.
Yeah, it was. That's probably why Nintendo got them. All right. Let me...
Yeah, it's been done by Clap Hands since
And there we are.
Everybody's Golfer.
Come on, Taro. Come to your senses.
We help them come to their senses by beating the shit out of them.
Yeah, no, that's how it works.
It's a hurt therapy, I guess.
All right, and now one final pulse. There we are.
Why didn't you help me before I became a monster?
Well, I wasn't here when that happened, now was I? Anyway, there you go. And there he is. Okay, time to find out exactly what happened in juicy detail. All right, enjoy, everybody.
No one cared who I was until I put on the
The
mask.
sickness that took our parents was spreading through the village.
Spirits of the forest, walk with our people. Guide them on their journey to the mountain shrine.
Food was running low. Everyone was scared. I never felt so helpless. Saya wanted to stay, but I thought we could go to Ruso for help. I was sure he would know what to do.
Uh-huh.
Something was not right in the woods. I had never seen Ruso so worried. He sent us back to the village. And I knew we were alone.
And that's what probably led to their deaths.
Which is why Ruso feels guilty and can't cross over here.
I have to protect them.
Anyway, and that's why the box is Taro's love.
Food.
I like the detail on how he doesn't eat because he'd rather just give all the food to them.
Mm-hmm.
But it turned out the food was poisoned and they died anyway.
It happened the next morning.
Well, that can't be good. Oh! So they died in an explosion.
What exactly was that explosion? We'll have to find out in Chapter 3 later
The
on.
mountain shrine covered the land in darkness.
And when he woke up, he was dead, wasn't he?
No, not yet, but his brothers were.
Oh, I legit thought the twist was going to be the food was poisoned and they all died anyway.
So they died in their sleep due to the explosion?
The game doesn't flat out state what exactly killed them, but yeah, it's strongly implied they died sometime while he was unconscious.
I do wonder because it implies that he didn't find their bodies, which means that...
It's also probably the fact that, again, he let some time pass, meaning that they were left exposed to the dangers of the forest.
That too,
Or considering
yeah.
all the corruption happened to the monsters attached to
I
it.
searched everywhere for them.
Like, in this environment, they could have literally died of it. Pretty much anything.
Yeah.
You know what they say, Jova, it's
There you
kill
go.
or be killed.
And this is why he lost himself.
I was supposed
Yep.
to protect them.
I mean, it wasn't his fault.
Don't worry, Kana will tell him. Sure, don't worry.
Even now, it's hard to forgive myself.
Don't tell me he killed himself and that's how he died.
The children know how much you care for them. What happened in the village wasn't your fault. You will always be their older brother, and they still need you.
Oh, there they are.
Now we can all be dead together.
You know,
Hey,
this
they're
is a...
together.
You know, I'll give it credit, this is a much better version than how Beyond Two Souls tried to romanticize it.
Oh my god, are we nuts?
We're watching a good thing, Jova. Shush.
I'm sorry, Kina. We can't take you to the mountain shrine.
Eh?
Well, they're about to cross over, so yeah, they can help us.
It's okay. You have to go now.
Your planet needs you.
No, seriously.
Listen here.
You see what happens when spirits don't cross the afterlife? We all get screwed over.
You see what I mean
Pretty
about?
much.
You see what I mean about the soundtrack? The music is wonderful.
It's great, yeah. Wow, that looks like something straight out of Atlantis, the Lost Empire.
Again, I think it works better with analogy or stuff like Avatar: The Last Airbender.
And there you go. Now,
At least their mythologies.
and now the entire area gets healed, and those in the background, Ruso also crosses over. There you go. And now, one final thing. Like I said, let's honor Taro by meditating. There we are.
You can even equip the fox mask to your rods.
Cute.
There we are. Oh, that was great. Like, again, you can tell a lot of love and care went into this game.
Yes.
Oh yes. Definitely.
And again, it manages to accomplish quite a lot with little. Like I said, the game did a good job in foreshadowing all the bits by all the stuff that you've been collecting, and then of course when the big moment comes, it manages to deliver really well thanks to good writing, a great beautiful animation, of course, and the music also does such a fantastic job.
I'm wondering, Pedro, without spoiling, does this game lend itself to a sequel or a spiritual successor?
Oh, definitely. There's a million different things you can do for sequel. It all depends on what the Greer brothers want to do after this.
I'm wondering if this will be like, their flagship franchise that, definitely is there to help them stay afloat. But, okay, obviously they'll make new things, at least that's the idea. But I wonder if, Kenna will be like, their, like I mentioned, their flagship franchise.
There you go, we got Taro's mask for the rot.
The sibling or Ruso.
And there you go.
I wonder, will the village be a recurring location, or is this more like, what's it like, this general location was like for the first section, and for the second one, we're gonna, be moving on to a completely different segment in the mountains.
No, this entire game is about saving this entire village, or rather, this entire village of spirits. Alright, listen here.
Oh, I see.
Alright, this is what I was about to bring up. Go on, Joe. Listen here.
I know it was time for Benny and Saya to move on with their brother, but the forest won't be the same without them.
It's natural to build a connection with the spirits we help. We give up a part of ourselves when they move on. The bond still remains. The path of a spirit guide is a lonely one.
Yeah, he makes a good point. But think about this from Kina's point. She meets these spirits. She gets to know them very well because she needs to in order to be able to help them.
The only one that remembers them.
And not just that, Teo. Like she gets to know these spirits intimately and possibly grow a connection with them, only to immediately have that connection severed away from her, only for them to immediately leave her. So think about that. Like that's why he says the life of a spirit guide in this world is a lonely one. Yeah, because you're constantly making connections, only to have those people immediately leave you.
It's not too dissimilar from my job in a certain way. So
yes.
I understand.
So yeah.
I feel like maybe in that case the way to circumvent that would be to have an entourage of living folk accompanying you, but yeah,
it's not. Also, remember, Java, this game takes a lot of inspiration from Eastern culture, and part of that, if you studied anything about the Sengoku period, is the fact that exorcist monks traveled always alone, living off the land, and the gratitude of the people they did help traveling from village to village. So it's similar also to that.
I've read stuff like The Last Apprentice. I do get how this sort of job can sort of lead you to have to handle stuff alone.
Yasha is kind of an exception.
Alright, so like I said, that spirit mail that we got in the 2 parts ago, we'll now use it. So there you go. This is basically how the side quests usually work. There's these other homes in the village that need help. So let's purify it. This is one of the more simpler ones because it's the first one, but there's more to it gameplay wise. Moving on, there you go. And there's always
we get a little montage of her helping out the dead.
I actually really like how the way that particular little cutscene is animated. Notice how she and if you go back and watch the scene where Saya hugs her before to say goodbye, you'll notice that Kina's trying her best not to smile completely, which you can kind of interpret as her trying her best not to get too attached because of how painful it is. So the
stuff, yeah.
You can tell these guys are animators because they know exactly how to showcase the character's emotions purely through the facial animation.
It's not all bad, Kenna. You've got these rot wisps, and they look like they'll be with you forever.
That's a thing, Jova. The rot will not be with her forever either.
God damn it.
Yeah, honestly. Doing this type of job must be the most emotionally draining thing ever.
Yeah, that's why I said like the game does a really good job in making Kina an interesting character without necessarily even having her talk much, really, because
well, again, what sorry, go on.
So how do the Rot Wisps abandon her? Do they just eventually dissipate?
Well,
we'll have to see, Jova. Again, the game is still relatively early anyway.
We'll have to wait and see.
Anyway, back to what you were saying, Tio.
No, again, it's similar what you said a couple of the previous parts of the idea of okay, now actually being a spirit yourself. Well, it leads to the possibility of her eventually becoming one, precisely for this reason. The emotional toll and everything may arrive to a point where during a potential accident or death, her spirit will not be able to move on. There's the potential of even the idea of a new protagonist taking over and having to exorcise her at some point. But again, this franchise is still early on to actually do that kind of thing. And
I guess that's the
people
thing,
did not
though.
reacted very happily when something like Resistance did that. So, yeah.
You're talking about Resistance 2, right?
The idea of previous protagonist gets killed and someone else takes over for story reasons, yeah.
There's a right way and a wrong way to do it.
But before we end the part, let me quickly just mention what I wanted to say about the trophy list, otherwise I will forget it. It's fine, actually, pretty complete and everything. And what I'm surprised about, compared to a lot of other games, at least our general 20-30% of the audience seems to have got all the trophies. The official guide stipulates the level of difficulty to still be medium to high. So it's interesting how dedicated the players have been to this.
Yeah. Sure, Dej, you haven't. What are your thoughts on all of this?
It's good so far.
Dej?
Yeah, I'm very invested in this world and characters.
Indeed. Dwebs, you haven't said much. What do you think so far?
Yeah, it's good stuff so far.
All right. That's Dwebs' review so far. It's good stuff so far.
Yeah, that'll be my review quotes.
Yes.
See you next part.
See you, everybody.
Yeah.
See ya.